It is episode 81 of the We'll Just Agree
to Disagree
podcast.
Am I supposed to say podcast?
Oh, Lord.
To Disagree podcast.
If we're on episode 81, we really should have it down by now.
And we've only gotten it right once.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, come on, act right in front of the company.
I'm sorry. Good morning. I am Ryan Lee.
And I'm Beyonce Fox. And we are so happy to have you join us today on episode 81. And joining us, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I miss you, my beautiful soror.
I miss you. I miss you.
Beautiful, aka soror, Brandy Garris, who is president of Chi Omega Omega chapter of Alpha, Kappa Alpha, Sorority Incorporated.
Look at this.
This is all familiar. His mom's an AKA too, so he gets it.
We all family here.
He gets it. He gets it. Brandy, I am so excited, first of all, to have you on our podcast. It's an honor and a privilege.
Yes.
You are a woman of everything, community, an educator. You just do it all. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I'm extremely happy to be on the show today. So thank you. I don't know what I did to get on, but I appreciate it.
You just being you.
Right. So yes, I'm currently the president of Chi Omega Omega chapter, as well as our 501c3 foundation, which is the Amani Pearls Community Development Foundation. I am an educator of 21 years. And so I'm currently at the Kenwood Academy, ran by our soror Karen Calloway. I teach broadcast production. A little secret, I used to work at WGN for about 5 years and actually majored in that. So I know exactly what you guys do. But more importantly, I love to just serve the communities that I reside in, and that the unfortunate and underserved and underprivileged reside in as well. So I feel like that was my mission in life, was to do community service. I think I got it from my father and my mother, who both were in education. So, yeah.
And that's how I met you, when you were working at one of the CPS schools. And again, you're so amazing. Thank you for everything that you do for our youth in the community and through AKA. You are just an awesome, awesome woman. And you are like, boom, the events and stuff that you put together, everybody looks forward to them, and they know that if Brandy Garris has anything to do with it, it's going to be bomb. So yes. Thank you. So let's talk about another event that we're gearing up for. It's happening on Saturday, November 12th. It's a college fair, and because Ryan hasn't been too long out of college.
No.
What year was it?
2016, I graduated.
Hold on 1 second.
I know.
Okay. So first of all, the interview just went a completely different way. Let me say that I graduated from college in 96.
Okay, but you don't look at a day at all.
And I heard your voice change, so you're lying.
Brandy.
It got high pitched.
Brandy, because I was so shocked that you said 96.
Good cover.
Because you don't look a day.
So I'm not going to tell the audience that you called me ma'am before we went live.
Oh my Lord.
I'm not going to tell the audience.
Y'all how I know y'all are sorors, okay? Because usually on the other side of this camera, I got to deal with this one. But I'm getting it from both angles. I love it.
Both ends. Yes. My son, 2016. Are you serious?
I know. Okay. I know. That's crazy. But anyway, the college fair is November 12th, and I am so excited for this because it's a fair that's going to help our students and our potential students find out what it is that they want to do as far as a career, find out what school they want to go to. So this is really important. Talk about it, Brandy.
So it's not just a fair, it's an HBCU fair. And that's what we really love about it, is that we are providing opportunities for our Black and Brown youth to really come to an area, a place, a venue, an institution where they see themselves and they see themselves being successful, and it's mirrored. And so that self-esteem, that self-reflection and perspective is all one and the same. So we're super excited about that. As someone that attended the PWI, I never got that experience, but what I definitely can see is the difference, right? So they just groom HBCU graduates a different way. It's a different level of empowerment. And so we are going to bring this opportunity to students on the South Side, North Side, West Side, East Side, suburbs, come one, come all. We're looking for about 300 students to attend.
Wow.
We're still open for registration, so we're excited about that. We have representatives coming to talk about financial aid and what that experience looked like for past attendees and just really what to expect. And so we have FAMU attending.
Okay.
We even have Chicago State University attending because Chicago State is considered a HBCU. So we really did outreach. We have about 20 schools right now. And I think one of the most exciting things about it is that in this day and time in 2022, I think it's even more important. You look back to civil rights movement and when our organizations and sororities and fraternities were started and founded, and that was exciting. But now it's time for us to bridge that to a different community and a different age level of students and our youth. And so we're excited about that because we want to continue that trend of really Black and brown pride.
I love that you touched on you went to a PWI. I went to Purdue University as well. And we've said it several times on this podcast. If I didn't go to Purdue, I would have gone to an HBCU. I remember in high school going to college fairs, but I've never been to an HBCU college fair, which I love that you guys are bringing that component to it. Can you talk about the importance of having an HBCU college fair for our community here that we may not see a lot? And I also love that you're going to talk about financial aid, not just the school, but the importance that you need to know. This is how you can go to this school financially.
Absolutely. I think one of the things, so when I went to my PWI, I don't remember ever having a HBCU college, like I wasn't exposed to that. And so we have been hosting this for a while now, even before it became a target from Alpha Kappa Sorority Incorporated, because we knew what it looked like. So as someone that's been at Kelly High School, which is a predominantly Latino school, and then South Shore International College Prep, which is predominantly African-American, and now Kenwood, which is a jumbo of all races and ethnicities, I've seen what it looks like to like I said, be an HBCU student and also attend a HBCU college fair. The representatives look different. They act different. You walk past the tables and the conversation and the dialogue is something completely different on another level. At a PWI, they're talking about exactly what the stats are and the bullet points are in the pamphlet. When you go to these HBCU fairs, they are talking about real life, what that food looks like, right? What the money or lack of money looks like, what those professors look like, that one-to-one versus being at a PWI where if you don't show up for a week or 2 weeks, you just get that zero. When you're at this HBCU, they reach out to you and they email you and they know you by name and they ask you what the problem is and how can they assist. And they're gonna let you know way before the game that you're not doing well. Or at the same time, they're gonna let you know that you're doing excellent and that you're a scholar and that you're a light and that you are a representative of God. And that's what I love about HBCUs. They pour into you. Sometimes when you're empty, sometimes they're going to pour into you until you're overflowing so that you can take that extra and pour into somebody else. I've seen these HBCU graduates pour continuously into other people. Over 70% of our Black lawyers, doctors, dentists, etc., attended a HBCU. That's that pride that I will never experience, but I experience via other people. And that's why, regardless of what Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated does, I know Chi Omega Omega chapter is always going to pour into HBCUs. That's what we do.
Yeah. And I'm happy to see that HBCUs are getting so much attention now. You know, back in the day, not that long ago, but in years past, yeah, you heard of HBCUs. Some people didn't even know what those initials stood for, and that's kind of unfortunate. But now, I mean, they are in the limelight. I know the other day, Good Morning America, one of those Today shows or something, did a whole thing on FAMU Live, and I'm just like, this is amazing. And then Beyonce at Coachella, she brought light to it. And then a lot of these corporate people are putting money behind HBCUs now. Somebody just donated like $1 million to one of the HBCUs. So HBCUs are really in the limelight these days. And that's a good look because people need to know not only do they exist, but the history behind them and the future of HBCUs starting to look much brighter than it did in the past.
It is. I think it's the end thing right now, and I'm okay with that. If that end thing means that the end game is that our youth actually receive the success that they're what's the word I'm looking for? That they're required of, that they deserve, that they're deserving of.
Yep.
Yeah, if they can receive that because it's the end thing, then I'm okay with that.
But can I
Absolutely.
be honest? There was a point that I was not okay with it at first. Because at first, HBCUs have been around for a very long time. And I felt like it wasn't until 2020, Black Lives Matter, the unfortunate incident of George Floyd, that all these corporations now threw it in our face. We support and we're backing HBCUs. And I think at first I was like, where were you before 2020? But I have now opened my eyes to what you just said. You can be fake or real with it. Either way, if it's for the betterment of my community and little kids that look like me, I'm not mad at it. Use your dollar on us.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's exactly how I feel. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we are so excited. Again, it's on Saturday, November 12th, and it's going to be located where? South Shore?
South Shore International College Prep, which is 1955 East 75th Street. I want to give a special shout out to Principal Michelle Flatt. She is my former boss, but will always be deep in my heart. And so they were gracious enough to allow us to use their space. And so we'll have some of their students there as well. We have some individuals from Tom U chapter, which is our undergraduate chapter that we advise that are going to stroll, right? Because a lot of times these kids have not even seen what Greek life looks like. And let me also say this, let me put a positive spin on Greek life. It's not just about the colors. It's not just about the strolling. It's not about the stepping. It's about continuing to build an African-American or a brown youth up so they can see what it is to be successful. You see me jumping out my seat. I get so excited when I talk about this because a lot of times I have this pink and green in my office because the kids say, what is that? You know, and I explain to them, and I've actually had students that have now come back and been members of my organization or other organizations, and we all were chartered and founded for the same reasons. So whether you're a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, Omega Psi Phi, aka Delta, SG Rho Zeta, whatever it may be, we know that we're trying to channel ourselves to be bigger and better in the communities that we serve.
Awesome. And it's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come get information. We have food for the students. We're going to feed our babies. But more importantly, we're going to give them these great bags. They can stuff all the knowledge in the bag so they can make a well-rounded decision on where they want to attend. And let me also say this. We've got to figure out a way to get even more monies into these schools. When I visit these schools for my son, what I noticed was a different level. Not as clean, not as many resources, different food levels. We got to stop that because it's a sign that we're not as important as quote unquote mainstream. And so we have to figure out something to change that. We really do. So hopefully bringing attention to these fairs will be one of those things.
And I do love to see that now some celebrities are pouring back into HBCUs and giving money back because these schools do need to be funded and need the finances. So
as they should.
The shift. Yeah, as they should. Before you go again, how can people register to be there?
So we have a bit.ly that is on our flyer. So I don't know if you guys can throw that up. I don't know the bit.ly by heart. Let me see.
I think I have it right here. I do.
Perfect.
Yep, it is right here. It's bit.ly/HBCU Fair 22. That is a lot, but we definitely
I'm gonna put it in the caption. So if you guys are watching this and you did not listen to Beyonce, because I know she can be a lot sometimes, you don't listen to Beyonce all the time. So if y'all did not listen to Beyonce in that moment, we're gonna put it in the caption right there.
Oh my gosh,
let me also say,
first of all, so happy to be hosting this college.
Oh Lord,
Madam President.
Oh Lord.
So I will see the youth there.
I love it. I love
it. Yes. Of course, I have to say that you're hosting it, the Beyonce Fox. And if for some reason you can't remember the bit.ly, please go to our Chi Omega page on social media, Instagram, as well as Facebook, or our Imani Pearls Community Development Foundation page as well.
Yes,
and I kid with you a lot, but I love that you're hosting this because when I first met Beyonce and I learned all the things that she does in the community and things that she doesn't even speak about, it made me look at my yo, what are you doing? Because being a part of Jack and Jill and different organizations, my family made it a point that we give back. But you know, you can get busy in your career, your everyday lifestyle. You kind of stop thinking about, oh, I should go do community service. I met Beyonce. I'm like, yeah, I need to reevaluate my life.
You know
so
what?
I love though that you're hosting this.
Are you going to be there next Saturday?
You know what? I'm about to check my calendar, and I really do want to come through. However, I can
need to meet you in person.
I know, Brandy. I'm gonna be there.
Bam, there it is. Again, it's on Saturday, November 12th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at South Shore International College Prep Magnet High School, 1955 East 75th Street on the South Side. And we're going to have a great time. Props to Chi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, my sisters. I'm going to be representing Lambda Mu Omega as the host, but we're all one unit together.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is that we're going to encourage our youth to go to further their education. That's the bottom line, and that's what matters most. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you.
Brandy,
so
appreciate
much.
you. Love you, and I'll see you soon.
Love you. Okay.
Nice meeting you. See you, Brandy.
Yes, next Saturday.
Next Saturday, I'm going to see you.
Okay. Bye.
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 Thank you.